Well, with the seniors getting things started a couple of weeks ago, it was time for the rest of the field to take their swings in hopes of qualifying for the Tournament of Champions. The first round of the Miller Lite Open starting early this morning at Comanche Trail. We'll fast forward to the 10th hole. Logan Leggett chipping for eagle. So close, yet so far. However, Leggett knocks down the birdie. That would move him to 2 under. Then later on the same hole, Colin Ward with a birdie opportunity. He's going to drain that one. That would move him to 3 under. Then on the 12th hole, Luke Kane, a name we've heard for so many years, he's going to sink his 2nd birdie in a row. Here's a look at your leaderboard. Tyson Mooring, your leader, though, he shot a 66. He's 6 under in the afternoon. Darren Davis, 5 under. Daniel Higgins and Stuart Dotson tied at 3 under. And a whole host of players tied for 5th at 2 under par on the afternoon. Not bad to get things started. They're going to continue play tomorrow. We're going to have highlights from that, so be sure and check with us on the weekend edition.
Opening round of the Miller Lite Open out at Comanche, our first local major of the year. This is your defending champ, John Dawson, for birdie on 10. A slick putt. Just doesn't have enough to get there, but he would salvage a par. We stay on 10. Logan Leggett, who almost drove this par 4. Nice little pitch here up. Going to roll right by the hole, leaving him a tough little slick putt. But Logan, he's a good putter. You know, WT did make the regionals this year, and for a reason. That's a birdie. He would finish his day at 2 under to 15. It's Mr. Casey Weiss. He's probably using an 8 or 9 iron here from 200 yards out. Wow. Yeah, I know. And look at where he sticks it. About 12 feet from the cup. But tough birdie putt for Weiss. He would come up short. He would end up with a par. So let's go to your leaderboard. And this is after day 1. It's Tyson Mooring firing a 66. He's your leader at 6 under. Darren Davis shot a 5 under 67. There's Danny Higgins, Stu Dotson tied. And then there's a logjam at 5th at 2 under. Second round tomorrow. To the links. Second round of the Miller Lite Open out at Comanche Trails. After playing great yesterday, Darren Davis continuing that play today, salvaging a par here on 12. And if you saw what I saw out of the bunker, then he'll take it, I promise you. We stay on 12. This is Casey Weiss for birdie. No problems for Weiss. You know, he's been doing it a long time. He's climbing up the leaderboard, but this day pretty much belonged to Stuart Dotson. Here, coming up short, but that was for eagle on 12, so he's able to birdie. That gets him to 6 under on the day. Now on 15, Dotson just continuing to throw darts like he did most of the afternoon. This would come up just under the cup within feet. And about the only thing he did wrong today is this putt right here that's just going to stay up. Look at the frustration, but after you go to the leaderboard, not much frustration for Dotson. Let's go. He got a 1-shot lead heading into tomorrow, and of course it wouldn't be an event without Casey Weiss involved. Craig Allette, he's 1 back. He had a big afternoon. Darren Davis 2 back, and Daniel Higgins in the top 5, just 3 back. Final round.
The Tournament of Champions qualifiers are underway as we continue the Miller Lite Open at Comanche Trail today. But would we see the same names from day 1 at the top of day 2's leaderboard? We'll have to show you the highlights first. It was a windy one out there. On the 14th hole, Colin Ward says, "What wind?" I'm just going to drain this birdie. Moves him to 3 under on the afternoon. Then on the 12th hole, Casey Weiss with the eagle opportunity. A deep putt. Not good enough, but he would finish off with a birdie. That would move him to 3 under on the afternoon. Then on the 15th hole, this guy was on fire this afternoon. Stuart Dotson's approach, a good one. He's going to stick it about 2 feet from the cup. He would miss the birdie, but make the par to keep himself at 7 under. Here's where we sit after 2 days of play. Stuart Dotson, your leader, he finished 6 under on the afternoon. He's 9 under on the tournament thus far. Casey Weiss in second. He also had a 6 under afternoon, 8 under so far. Darren Davis, a good afternoon, 2 under, 7 under on the tournament. Daniel Higgins, another good day. 2 players tied at 5.
It was day 2 of the Miller Lite Open out at Comanche Trail Golf Complex today. The field was chasing down Tyson Mooring after he shot a 66 yesterday, and you'll see that 66 later on in the highlights. Windy day. Darren Davis chipping from the rough on 15. He sets it up nicely. Goes on to drain the putt for par. He shot 2 under par today. Stuart Dotson putting together a very nice round today. Just barely misses the birdie putt. He's a little frustrated, but Dotson, don't worry. You had a really, really good round. You can miss a putt here and there. Here's his tee shot on the 16th. Remember that 66 that Mooring shot yesterday? Well, Dotson showed him how it was done today. That was a nice birdie chance there. He went to settle for par. And then Brandon Bem with the tee shot also on 16. He lays this one nicely on the green as well, just right of the pin. Look at the wind there, Adam. It was blowing pretty hard. Let's take a look at the leaderboard after 2 rounds. In first alone is Stuart Dotson at 9 under. Casey Weiss, he shot a 66 today too, playing some great golf at 8 under, sharing second place. Darren Davis at 7 under, and Daniel Higgins alone at 5th at 6 under. The final round will continue tomorrow.
The first major on the local golf scene, the Miller Lite Open, coming to an end this afternoon out at Comanche Trails. Now, after the first 2 rounds, we had a logjam leaderboard. 8 golfers within 5 shots of the lead, all looking to become the next entry into the course Tournament of Champions in August. Stuart Dotson, your leader by a shot coming in. This is going to be his approach at 2 from the rough, and it's a good one. Throwing it right at the pin. It's going to spin back on him. Unable to get down that birdie putt, but he would get a par. But Dotson unable to get much more momentum going on 3. This putt for par on the par 5, and golfer's worst nightmare. He would finish in second, but this round belonged to the veteran Casey Weiss. He led up the back 9 with 5 straight birdies at one point, 700 through 6 holes. This was 17, setting up an eagle putt, and about the only thing that went wrong for him was he didn't get this eagle putt. He lit up the back, I'm telling you. It was amazing. And on 18, the easy tap in, Weiss shoots a 65 to win the tournament at 15 under. He'll join Josh McCoy and Kyle Kelting in the Coors TOC field.
After 2 days of play at the Miller Lite Open, just 18 holes lie between one man and his spot in the 2013 Tournament of Champions. We'll get right to action. It was a little windy out there this afternoon, just like yesterday. On the second hole, Casey Weiss with a birdie opportunity. It was a long one, and he'd come up just short. However, he would tap in for par. He was even at this point in the afternoon. More on him in a second. Later on hole 3, Stuart Dotson, your leader after day 2, misses the tap in for par and has to take the bogey. That would open things up for Craig Ouellette, who was in second, just 1 stroke behind Dotson. Here's an eagle chance. He leaves it short, an easy tap in for birdie, and that would tie him for the lead. But take a look at your leaderboard. It's Weiss who has the monster afternoon. He finished 7 under on the day, 15 under on the tournament. The next closest person, Dotson, who was 2 under on the afternoon. So Weiss stamps his name in contention for the Tournament of Champions at the end of the summer. Daniel Higgins, another good showing consistently. 3 under on the first day, 3 under the second day, a good 4 under today, 10 under on the tournament. 3 players tied for 4th, and then Tyson Mooring, your leader after day 1, finishes finishes in 7th place.
It was a close field going into the final round of the Miller Lite Open today. Stuart Dotson shot a 66 yesterday and led the tournament at 9 under, but he wasn't the only one who shot a 66. Craig Ouellette and Casey Weiss also shot 66 in round 2 and were just 1 shot back from the leader. More windy conditions today at the course, but it didn't seem to matter for Weiss. He went on a hot streak in the middle of today's round. On the 15th, this is Weiss's approach shot. Check out how it lands. Rolls back perfectly to set up the birdie putt, which guess what? He will drain because he went 7 under in 6 straight holes. Just unbelievable. Darren Davis on the par 3 16. He will go on and sink this putt for the bird. Moving to 8 under. He finished the tournament tied for 4th. Also at 8 under. Dotson also going for birdie on 16. He finds the bottom of the cup here. He would finish tied for 2nd at 11 under with Daniel Higgins, but no one could catch Weiss. He shot a 64 today and finished the tournament at 15 under to take the Miller Lite Open title, the first major of the year.